This is Center Stage. We are talking with actor, writer, comedian, talk show host, rock on tour, Seth Meyers.
There you go.
All right, now we have a little something that on the show we call Did You Ever?
Okay, great.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
Did you ever steal anything?
Yes.
What?
I used to work at a video store, and I stole some VHSs.
You still have them?
No.
Did you ever eat a pizza, an entire pizza by yourself?
I'm gonna say no.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have any memory of it.
Okay.
But, yeah. But I guess
Probably
that's the
wouldn't.
night you
Right,
do.
right.
It's the night you don't remember. Yeah.
Did you ever talk your way out of a traffic ticket?
I will say this: I have recently was in a situation of getting a traffic ticket,
Right.
and have got a lecture by the police officer. I was like registration based, and then I pulled over on a bridge. This is like upstate New York, and he like walks over and goes, "Don't pull over on a bridge." And I was like, "I don't know." But then he gave a long thing, and he didn't give me a ticket. But then as he left, he went, "And also, really?" And I'm like, "Oh, he recognized me. He recognized me."
That's great.
Yeah.
Did you ever write a Spider-Man comic book?
I did. I wrote a Spider-Man comic book with Bill Hader. It was a big deal for me.
Do you think that that could be in a Spider-Man movie down the line?
No, it was not that good.
All right. Did you ever want to punch a guest in the mouth?
No. I wanted to, and don't even ask me to follow up, I wanted to punch a couple SNL hosts in the mouth.
Really?
Well, because you spend a whole week with them, so they give you more opportunity to fall out of love with them.
So I have to ask you, who are those guys?
I'm not telling you.
I had to do my job.
Yeah.
You're a very successul person.
Thank
Very
you.
successful.
Thank you.
You ever walk past a mirror in your house, wink, and go, yep?
I think I have, yeah. I think I have. And the weird thing, the really sad thing that I'm realizing is it took me long to answer it because I think it's like second nature now. I don't even realize I'm doing it.
Did you ever tell your wife when she wasn't feeling well the night before the wedding that it was her nerves?
I did.
And that there was nothing to worry about?
Yeah, my wife at our rehearsal dinner did not feel well and said she thought she had food poisoning, and I told her it was wedding jitters. And then the next morning I called and asked how she was, and she said she was in the ER with food poisoning.
Wow.
Yeah. She rallied for two reasons. A nurse told her, "You are not getting married today." That was the first thing a nurse said to her when she came in.
Really?
Which is like slapping Bruce Banner in the face. It's like it's going to be full Hulk after that. But also a friend of mine who came to the wedding is a doctor who works for the Chicago Bears, and you just realize like what sports medicine could do in order to get people on their feet. And that was another time where I was so happy for the sports analogies, because he kept saying to me in the emergency room, he's like, "I'm going to get her on the field. I'm going to get her on the field." And she got on the field. She got on the field.
And she looked great, too.
She looked like $1 million, yeah.
Wow. Did you ever want to be a baseball announcer?
I did want to be a baseball announcer. When I was at Northwestern, I remember working at the radio station and just doing like the sports on the hour, and I remember listening to the tape and immediately saying, I don't like my voice. This is not.
Because we do heavy-duty research here.
Yeah.
We actually dug up a tape of you being a baseball announcer.
Did you really?
Let's watch the monitor.
I always feel like I missed the heyday of radio broadcast, the 1940s. Would you indulge me?
Of course.
Let's do it. Take it away, Michael.
Well, he walked up to the plate, this Beltron guy. He had to bat that one on for days, and cleats that could cut your heart out. He hit .302 with 4 home runs.
On deck was Mark Teixeira. He looked like he wouldn't hesitate to smack you in the kisser and pump you full of lead. And by pump, I mean hit. And by me, I mean baseballs. And by lead, I'm referring to home run. This is harder than it looks.
It is. It is harder than it looks.
That was fun. You spent 8 seasons hosting Weekend Update. You ever think about doing real news?
No, I would not want to do real news. I'm very impressed with those who do it, but I think the nice thing now is the news itself has presented itself in a way that you can actually talk about it in a very real way while doing comedy. So I don't feel like there's any desire to do the real.
I'm sure you know this, but in watching your show, it harkens back to me. I'm not that old, but Dick Cavett and Carson, where you really want to talk about serious. It's not all yucks. I mean, you're bringing in political guests and stuff like that. Is that something you're looking to do?
Yeah, look, our show starts at 12:35 at night. We always want the first 20 minutes to be a lot of comedy, jokes, silliness, and then, as it gets later in the night, we want to try to have the DNA of our show have different kind of people, have politicians, have authors, have people who are experts in fields I don't know anything about. And, at that point, I think that if people are going to stay up and still watch the show, I think they want to see something interesting like that.
When you were at SNL, you worked with people like Will Ferrell, Tina Fey, Tracy Morgan, Jimmy Fallon, Amy Poehler, so many others. I'm going to say a name. Just give me a quick thought about the person. Will Ferrell.
I mean, he's all-time great. Mount Rushmore.
Okay. Yeah. Andy Samberg.
Silly, goofball jokes.
Jimmy Fallon.
White hot, pure charisma talent.
Tracy Morgan.
Fastest to make me laugh.
Amy Poehler.
Cheerleader, president, football quarterback.
Wow. Tina Fey.
Assassin, comedy assassin.
Fred Armisen, who's now your band leader on the show.
No one can play everybody better than Fred.
And Lorne Michaels.
Lorne Michaels, guru, sage, Yankee season ticket holder.
Great seats.
Really good seats.
Really good seats.
Really good seats.
Might be the best seats in the ballpark.
Best seats, and again, like there's nothing more exciting for me than watching, bottom of the ninth, bases loaded for the Yankees, down to Lorne on his BlackBerry. Front row.
We'll be back.